it looked like the officials let both teams play for the first little while. And then with what happened with the power plays, how much does discipline have to be up there maybe next to puck management for Game 2?
Oh, it's right up there, but I thought the officials did a great job. I thought they did an excellent game. I think they let us play, both teams play. There's some minor things both sides could have been called for, but they were smart. They let the guys play. That being said, yeah, we have to continue to stay out of the box. We have nothing but respect for that power play. It's clearly very dangerous, and it's a big part of their weapon, so discipline is a big part of our game plan.
Rick, how much part of the game plan is physicality? It seemed like your team came out flying in Game 1. Brendan was hitting. Nemestikov nearly put Miles Wood in the hospital at one point. It was, is that, and Brendan even today talked about having to reel that in, because there's times where you can get out of position or take a penalty. So how important is that balance, and how important is physicality?
Listen, when you're playing and it's a 7-game series, you every chance you get, you've got to finish your checks. Does that mean you want to run all over the ice and hit them up? Absolutely not. Don't want to chase the game. When the opportunity is there to finish checks, they're doing it, we're doing it. Every series is doing it. So you're hoping as the series goes on that you're wearing guys down. But again, like Dilly's point is right. Don't go chasing the game. Don't go running all over the ice. You're going to get it takes us. We want to get the structure back, right? We don't want to keep opening things up by running around going for big hits. But certainly when it's there, you got to take advantage of it. They are, and so will we.
Can that number continue, Rick? I mean, 100 hits total. Only one player didn't record one. Do you think that kind of volume will sustain itself over the course of the series?
Yeah, well, early in this playoff series for sure. Now we have a two-day break after tonight. So yeah, for the short term, yeah, it will continue.
Rick, how rusty is your French?
My French?
Yeah. Would you be available to try one in French?
Certain. It's not very good. I used to be good.
What are you expecting from your team tonight in terms of energy and investment?
Oh, I can't answer that in French. I wish I could. I used to live with a family when I went to Quebec to play junior. I didn't speak a word of French. They didn't speak a word of English. And if I was going to eat, I had to learn in a hurry. Right? So I learned in a hurry. Yeah, no, we want to play with energy. We want to play with structure. We worked hard last game, but sometimes we didn't work in sync, and we didn't work with a real purpose. So we just want to get the 5 guys out there back working hard with energy, but being in sync and looking like a team that is a little tighter than we saw last game.
There had been some mention about maybe a bit of nerves before Game 1. What kind of mood are you sensing going into this one?
I think the guys were a little nervous starting that game. Like, why you skate on that ice, and the passionate fan base that we have, it's quite a scene. So I think the guys were a little nervous to start the game, and that's understandable. But now they know what to expect, and you move and you grow from that. You learn for it. You prepare for it. It's the first time out there. You're not exactly sure what you're going to get for some of our guys, right? So, but now they've seen it. They've seen the tremendous following we have and the tremendous passion our fans have for the team. So now they should be better prepared to handle that.
Do you sense a kind of workman focus going into this one?
Yeah, I do, and I sensed it yesterday. We had a good talk yesterday. They were very honest with their assessment of their team game, and we had a good video session this morning, and I liked our mood in the practice, and then around the locker room talking to the guys, and you don't want, like, sometimes you win games and you walk away, wow, that's great, we won, but you also have to be very honest about how you played, and our guys have been very honest about that, so we're thrilled that we won. We needed to get that win, and we got it. We'll take it any way we can get it, right? But again, at the same time, you have to be honest with your assessment that that's the best game Colorado has played against us in the 4 games we played them, by far. You give them a lot of credit. They played an outstanding game. They worked and they were on top of us. They didn't give us a lot of time, and so give Colorado a lot of credit. And that being said, we know we can play better against what they threw at us.
Rick, you told a story yesterday about being in Detroit, and Connor Hellebuyck had given up a handful of goals, and he told you, well, hey, I felt pretty darn good. Do you remember what happened the next game? How does he bounce back?
I don't remember. I don't. But okay, without even knowing that, I would know I'd be very, very confident throwing him right back in there. After that conversation, I probably threw him right back in and said, I think we went to Montreal after that, if I recall. But no, listen, I have 100% faith in Connor. If he has a bad goal or bad game, listen, I've been fortunate. I've been around some great goalies my whole career, Luongo and Ben Bishop and Vasi, and they all have that same, and Jake in Dallas now, like, they all have that same quality. A bad goal is not going to bother them. They're going to move on very quickly. A bad game's not going to bother them, right? So they all had that trait, and they all, you know, when Vancouver, Louis, if there was a bad goal, Louis, the first time out, he'd come to the bench. That's on me, guys. Don't worry. That's the last one they get, and that was usually the last one they got. So Ben Bishop was like that too. So I've been fortunate to have great goaltenders, and listen, Bucky's right up there with those guys for sure.
Yeah, full disclosure, that wasn't a trick. I don't know the score of the next game either. Yeah, but just, I guess we're used to in Winnipeg the idea that he'll bounce back really strong for these.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's got tremendous belief in himself, and I love that about him. And he's a tremendous competitor. So those guys, again, if they give up a bad goal or a bad game, they want to get right back in the net, like right away. And I love that about those guys. Good?
Thank you.
Got it.